If you're listening to this alone at night, turn on a light. Not because something will appear, but because you might realize something is already there. I found the house online. No address, no street view, just photos and a price that didn't make sense. The listing title said, "Quiet place. No neighbors. No distractions." That should have scared me. It didn't. I arrived just before sunset. The house stood at the end of a dirt road that didn't appear on Google Maps anymore once I passed it. 2 floors, old paint, no lights inside. And yet, the front door was unlocked. The moment I stepped inside, I felt it. The air pressure changed, like the house noticed me. Not watched, not observed, noticed. The first night passed quietly, too quietly. No insects, no distant cars, no wind. At 2:41 a.m., I woke up suddenly because something whispered my name. Not loudly, not clearly, like someone testing how it sounded. I sat up in bed. "Hello?" I said. The house answered, not with a voice, but with a sound, a deep, hollow creak, from directly beneath my bed. Chapter 3. The walls begin to learn. Over the next few days, small things changed. The hallway grew darker, even with the lights on. Doors took longer to close. My footsteps echoed, half a second late, like the sound was following me. One night I placed my hand against the wall. It was warm and pulsing. When I pulled my hand away, the wall made a sound, almost disappointed. On the 5th night, I heard it clearly. My name, spoken perfectly, from inside the walls. Slow, careful, as if the house had practiced. I didn't answer. The walls creaked softly, like laughter. I stopped using my phone after the 7th night, not because it died, because every time I unlocked it, the house grew quieter. Not normal quiet, focused quiet, as if it was listening to something I couldn't hear. I noticed it first when I tried calling my sister. The call connected, but there was no ring, no static, just breathing. Not hers, not human, slow, controlled, like something imitating the concept of lungs. I hung up. The walls creaked softly, approving. The house didn't change all at once. It adjusted, subtly. The bathroom mirror tilted slightly downward overnight. The hallway seemed longer. My bedroom door began opening inward, when it never had before. One morning, I counted the steps from my bed to the stairs. 23. That night, it took 27. I laughed nervously, told myself old houses settle. Then I realized something worse. The house wasn't settling. It was rearranging itself around me. At night, the house made noises. Not random creaks, patterns. A knock, pause, scrape, repeat. Always from different walls, like fingers tapping on bone, testing, learning. One night I whispered, "Stop." The sound paused, then came again, slower, more deliberate, like it understood the word, but chose not to obey. I began forgetting small things. Not names, not places, time. I'd sit down to eat and suddenly the food was cold. I'd start a sentence and finish it an hour later. The house never changed during those gaps. It just waited. I found a note on the kitchen table, my handwriting. It read, "Do not tell it anything." I didn't remember writing it. The wall behind the table pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat speeding up. I finally asked the question. I don't know why. Maybe curiosity, maybe exhaustion. Maybe because the house wanted me to. "What do you want?" I whispered into the dark hallway. The house answered immediately, not from one place, from everywhere. "I want what you leave behind." My mouth went dry. "What do I leave behind?" Silence. Then the floorboards shifted. The walls pressed inward slightly. The house leaned closer. Time. Memories. Your voice. I ran to the door, unlocked it, pulled. It didn't move. The lock hadn't changed. It was the same deadbolt, same handle. But the door felt heavier, like it was connected to something deeper, like the house was holding it shut from the other side. I backed away slowly. The hallway narrowed, the ceiling lowered just enough to notice. The house whispered again, soft, pleased. You stay longer now. That night the house dreamed. I know because I dreamed with it. I stood in every room at once. I felt every wall breathe, every floorboard stretch. And for the first time, the house wasn't empty before me. It was full of something that used to be me. I woke up screaming. The house creaked softly, almost tender. At first it was subtle, too subtle to panic. When I raised my hand, the reflection followed, just a fraction of a second too late. Like lag, like buffering. I waved again. The reflection waved back, perfectly, except its eyes didn't blink when mine did. I leaned closer to the mirror. So did it, but its breath fogged the glass before mine did. That night, the house made a new sound. Not creaking, not breathing, rehearsing. From the walls came whispers, my voice, repeating sentences I had spoken days ago. Tone perfect, emotion perfect. I'm fine. I just need rest. I'll stay one more night. The house wasn't haunting me. It was studying. Chapter 14. The First Mistake. The copy slipped once, just once. I was brushing my teeth when the reflection spoke, before I did. You forgot the scar, it said. I froze, slowly lifted my shirt. The small scar on my ribs, childhood accident, was there. The reflection frowned, adjusted. The scar appeared on its body. The house corrected itself. I found a door at the end of the hallway. It hadn't been there before. No handle, just my name carved into the wood, perfectly. When I touched it, the house whispered, "You don't need this one anymore." Inside was a room filled with mirrors, hundreds of them. Each one showed me doing something slightly different. Sleeping, crying, smiling too wide. And one mirror showed me walking out the front door. The house didn't attack, didn't trap me, didn't chase. It waited for exhaustion, for doubt, for the moment when I hesitated at my own reflection. That moment came on the 12th night. I looked in the mirror, and for the first time, I couldn't remember which movements were mine. The reflection smiled, naturally, comfortingly. "You can rest," it said. "I'll take over." The lights went out. I woke up on the floor, cold, hungry. The house felt empty, too empty. I ran to the front door. It was open, sunlight spilled inside. For the first time since I arrived. Outside, the world looked normal. Cars passed, birds sang. Life continued. And standing on the porch was me. The copy wore my clothes, stood with my posture, held my keys. It turned back toward the house and whispered, "Thank you." The house answered softly, satisfied. Then the copy stepped into the world, and the door closed behind it. I followed, shouting, begging. People walked past me, through me. My sister smiled at the copy, hugged it, called it my name. I screamed. No sound came out. The house hadn't stolen my body, it had stolen my place. That night I was back inside. I don't remember walking in. The house rearranged itself again, smaller, tighter, more personal. Mirrors everywhere, all of them showing the copy living my life, laughing, eating, being loved. The house whispered gently, "You were never meant to leave." Now I understand. The house doesn't kill, it replaces. It sends a version of you out into the world, perfect, unbroken, and it keeps the original, to learn from, to refine the next copy, to practice. I hear footsteps upstairs now, another door forming, another name being carved. If you're watching this, and you're thinking of staying in a place that feels too aware, don't worry, you'll leave, just not the way you think.